it's Nat. I hope you're having a terrific day today, and welcome to my first Plan With Me video. First up, here's my journal. It's a pretty simple one. I just grabbed it from Hallmark one time, and it is dotted, which is my preferred kind. Here's my title page. I started this in September of 2020. Have my books per year. You can see that giant jump from 2019 to 2020. And then let's hop forward to the 2021 section. So this is going to be my wrap-up page, so obviously it is blank for the time being. Next up, I have a books per month and a pages per month spread for graphs. They're currently empty because I filmed this before I finished out my January spreads. Next, I have favorites for any new favorite books or quotes, anything like that I can fill in, and then also my reading goals, which are all laid out in a video that I'll link in the cards. Next up, I have my bookshelves, which I will write in a book when I start it, and then I color it in whenever I finish it. I'm not the best at keeping up with this, if I'm being completely honest, so let's color in these last few from January. Also, please don't judge my doodles. I'm not a great artist. I will admit that right now. These next two pages are also going to be for bookshelves in the future, but not laid out just yet. Okay, so jumping right into January, I had my 12 Days of Christmas spread. If there is a line through the prompt, that means I did not finish the book. If it's written in, I did finish it. On the other side, I have my reading goals, and I'll go a bit more in depth when we're writing out my February ones, but if I put a check mark, it means I finished the book. If it's a dash, I DNF'd it. If there's an X, I ended up canceling that reading plan or couldn't get a hold of the book for some reason. Next was the Bookworms New Year's read-along. Again, I have a dash through the one that I DNF'd. All of those that are written in, I finished, however. And then the Scooby-Doo readathon for Velma. Next up, I have a video plans page and the first of my notes page for the books I reviewed this month. Got The Gentleman's Guide to Vice and Virtue, followed by A Light Amongst Shadows. Next up is The Seven Husbands of Evelyn Hugo. Following that, I have Gods of Jade and Shadow. And then lastly, The Invisible Life of Addie LaRue. Next up, I have my brain dump pages. This is for me to write anything and everything that is book related that I might need to remember. Finally, I have my January wrap up. I just will write out each book that I finished for the month and my rating based on the stars. At this point, I hadn't put in my little stats at the bottom yet. All right, let's get started into my February plan with me. So as you can see, I wrote out some of my plans already in pencil. This was for my February TBR video, which I'll put a link to in the cards as well as in the description down below. I'm gonna go through my washi sticker book and find something that I like to use for the title as an accent. I didn't really have a theme planned out when I started this, if I'm being completely honest, so I kind of just flipped through until something spoke to me. I ended up deciding to go with this just plain gold stripe. And then I'm going to write over all of the books I have planned in pen, so it's a bit more cohesive. Starting at the top, I have my nonfiction read, which is Little Shoes. Following that is a backlist read, which will be Ruin and Rising. Next is a diverse read, and that is going to be Loathe at First Sight. A adult read, which will be The Devil and the Dark Water. Following that is a YA book, and that's going to be Scythe. And then finally, my new release book is Among the Beast and Briars. The next line is going to be my book clubs and read-alongs that I'm planning to partake in, so I figured I'd use another washi sticker. With those, the current books I have planned is the By Book Club read, which will be Red, White, and Royal Blue for Valentine's Day. Not sure about the actual read for the month at this time, but I put a slash in case I want to add that in. Next up is the Grishaverse read-along, and that's going to be Ruin and Rising as well as Six of Crows. Following that is my Murder Readers Club, and that is going to be Little Shoes. After that is the Page Turner Book Club, and that's going to be The Devil in the Dark Water. After that's my personal book club that I do with two of my friends, and that's going to be Among the Beast and Briars. Then the first book for the Scythe read-along is going to be Scythe by Neil Shusterman. Then finally, the Sugar and Spice Book Club. The first book for the month is going to be The X Talk. Then I also have the second book in the Bromance Book Club series, which the Sugar and Spice Book Club is going to be reading for the first quarter of 2021. Following that, I have a buddy read for this month, so I went in and added another little triangle gold accent. Took me quite a bit to get that little sticker off. My buddy read is going to be The Cousins by Karen and McManus with Lana from Lana X Libris and Kim from Kimberly Reads. We're going to be doing this in the final week of February, so writing that all out as a reminder for myself. And then finally, we have my secret TBR for the month. I have all of the books actually listed out this time, so if you want to take a guess at what you think it's going to be, let me know in the comments down below. My secret TBR books will consist of Once and Future by A.R. Capetta and Corey McCarthy, The Hating Game by Sally Thorne, Conventionally Yours by Annabeth Albert, Beach Read by Emily Henry, and finally Loathe at First Sight by Suzanne Park. Okay, so the next page is a mix of brain dump slash a possible readathon and then video planning. I'm not currently planning to partake in any readathons, but I figured having an extra page wouldn't be a bad idea just in case. I'm gonna use this washi tape, which is a mix of white and pink flowers, and then I'm gonna use a regular Sharpie to write in brain dump. I had to go over it a few times to make it actually stick. Gonna go back to the last page now that all of that ink has dried and erase all of my initial pencil. Then I went ahead and went over Feb reading goals again just to make it a little more prominent. Okay, so now let's hop right in to my actual reading spreads for each of the books I'm going to be discussing. I'll put a little picture of each of the book covers because I usually try and make the spread match to the cover. So for the first one, it is going to be Little Shoes, The Sensational Depression-Era Murders That Became My Family Secret by Pamela Everett. And I decided to just use this pretty simple white washi tape with little silver accents. I did a pretty generic font with all uppercase letters and little lines. Next up is going to be Among the Beasts and Briars by Ashley Poston. As I mentioned, this is my personal book club's read. For this one, I grabbed a gold marker and I wrote every other word and then went back and filled in with my usual Sharpie pen. Initially, I was planning to use this pink, purple, and green floral washi tape and putting it on either side of the title, but I didn't measure very well and it didn't look as great as I wanted. So I nixed that and ended up just doing a simple line of washi tape under the title. Next up is going to be The Cousins by Karen and McManus for my buddy read. I didn't really have a green that I felt matched the cover as well, so I decided to go with this simple red washi tape. Next, I used my brush pen and in a simple black, I did very stiff strokes so that it kind of looked like I was attempting to hide my handwriting. Next up is the first book for my secret TBR, and it is Conventionally Yours by Annabeth Albert. This book is supposed to be about fandom and nerd culture, I believe. So I have these different Sonic the Hedgehog washi tapes, and I went through and tried to decide which one I thought would work the best. I ended up deciding on the one that had the most blue and just alternating characters on it because I felt that was fairly nerdy. And then using a light blue marker pen, I actually did a font that was probably my favorite for the month. The next one, also for my secret TBR, is The Hating Game by Sally Thorne, and I'm gonna be completely honest, I think this is my least favorite of the month. I wanted to change it up and use these stickers, so I flipped through, but it took me forever to find one that I felt would work, and even then I'm not really a big fan of it. I decided to go with this little dollar sign because I remembered the main characters work in an advertising company, I think, so you know, money's important. Then I did a little pink line to kind of work as a transition into this yellow star, because yellow is one of the prominent colors on the cover. Then used that blue marker pen and just wrote in The Hating Game. Not a big fan of how that one turned out. Oh well. On the other side, we have Once and Future by A.R. Capetta and Corey McCarthy. I really love this cover. It's very sci-fi meets medieval, and it's just super cool. Plus, the color scheme worked really great with some of my washi tapes I had. These blue, purple, and pink tie-dye style ones I've had forever, so I figured this would be a good chance to use all of them. I just kind of layered one on top of the other, but gave a bit of space so you could still actually see the colors. The future got a bit smushed, but oh well. The next one is going to be Loathe at First Sight by Suzanne Park, also for that secret TBR. With this one, I went back to the sticker book. I ended up finding a jacket that kind of was reminiscent to the one the female main character is wearing on the cover. Then I found this little match where the tip of it is actually a heart, and since this is a enemies to lovers, I thought that worked very perfectly. Then the last book for my secret TBR is going to be Beach Read by Emily Henry, and I knew right what I was going to do with this one. I went to grab that palm tree sticker because it fit with the whole beachy aesthetic that the cover has going. Then the last spread is going to be my February wrap-up page, so I grabbed that gold marker again to fit with the original theme on the goals page, then used one last washi tape sticker. Ended up going with this cute little line of gold hearts. And then all right, let's jump back to the front and do a quick flip through of my February reading journal. Not bad overall, if I do say so myself, and now I am ready to jump into some February reading. As always, I hope you continue to have a terrific day.